If you want to apply creative problem solving to a problem, it is crucial that you understand the people affected by the problem and the context. That allows you to arrive at a highly focused definition of the problem. And then, and only then, can you delve into the world of your ideas. And that brings us to the third step of design thinking: ideate. And yes, here too we need to use divergent and convergent thinking, meaning we need to generate a lot of ideas to only later evaluate them. Now, a common mistake people make is that they do that too fast. I know I do, and I bet you do too, that the moment you have an idea, you immediately judge it. But don't panic, I will tell you how to avoid this in just a minute. The most known way to generate ideas is, of course, brainstorming. Everybody knows it, but let's clarify some key aspects. We're going to write down some of the basic rules of brainstorming. Some basic rules for brainstorming. So first, try to go to a different environment. It will really boost your creativity. Secondly, ask someone to be a facilitator, someone who stays neutral and can guide you step by step through the process. And third, there is no ownership. Ideas generated in a brainstorm don't belong to one person. It's a group effort. The entire group contributes to the final outcome. Brainstorming can be done in 3 steps. Let's go through them. Step 1. Diverging ideas. The define phase is completed. This means that the facilitator can put a clear brainstorm question at the center. All participants individually generate possible solutions. They all work on their own and they're jotting down their proposals. The more ideas written down, the better. In this stage, quantity is more important than quality. It's the facilitator's job to really encourage also the crazy ideas. And often, these are the seeds to the possible solution. In step 2 of the brainstorm, all ideas are shared and clustered. The facilitator asks all of the participants to read out and explain each of their ideas one by one. During this phase, there is no evaluation. It's just sharing. We're not judging. All ideas are welcome. The facilitator organizes the generated ideas into clusters or themes. Once everybody has shared their ideas, participants can then build on each other's ideas, maybe combining several, modifying them, to create something new. Step 3. Time to converge. From the many ideas that are now on the table, the participants will now select a few ideas to further improve, further investigate, and to make more rational. How to filter ideas from that large pool? And there are several ways to do this, and we'll discuss 2 of them. Dotmocracy, a fun word. Let participants put stickers on the ideas they like best. The idea with the most stickers wins. It's democratic and dynamic. A second way is to assess ideas based on certain criteria. For example, create a matrix where each idea is evaluated against criteria such as impact versus effort. Impact refers to how much the idea addresses the problem, whereas effort is the work required to implement the idea, such as time and money. With the matrix, you can easily identify which ideas are likely to have the biggest impact and which ones require the least effort.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Sometimes you need to brainstorm to come up with ideas for a problem. But maybe you don't know how to brainstorm. That makes brainstorming itself the problem. Let's try a mind map to come up with ideas to solve the brainstorm problem. Okay, to brainstorm we need ideas. Yeah, ideas require brainstorming. And how can we brainstorm? By making a mind map. And to make a mind map, we need to think. And to think, we need to focus. Yes. And to focus, we must make sure not to get distracted. No. So, for example, we cannot think of cute little kittens. But I love cute little kittens. They are so adorable. Damn it, where was I? Never mind. Back to you, Charlotte.
Sometimes you're stuck and you can't come up with any fresh idea. And that's when it's interesting to turn everything around. It's a fun technique to think of the worst idea. What can make the problem bigger? And this is actually to shake everything up, to create new perspectives. A somewhat similar method to generate ideas is the alternate world technique. How is a problem like yours approached by a different sector, a different environment? Let's say we're looking at the problem of an overheating car battery. What would it be like if it's an overheating smartphone battery? Or what would it be like if a firefighter has to deal with an overheating situation? I'm curious to learn how Jana and Caroline tackled the challenge of generating a multitude of ideas over at Group Joos. Let's hear it from them.
Once we defined our point of view, reducing energy costs at Group Joos, we got together with our team to perform some brainstorming sessions. And during those brainstorm sessions, we got to a lot of ideas, some of which were very simple, such as insulating the building, and some were more crazy, such as building a greenhouse around the entire building.
After our brainstorming sessions, we conducted some additional research within Group Joos to evaluate our ideas. Like this, we figured out that some of our ideas were already implemented, like reusing the heat produced during the production process, and other ideas were just not feasible, like installing solar panels on the roof because the structure just wasn't strong enough.
When performing research on insulating the building, we actually discovered that there exists insulation made from paper waste. So this would mean that Group Joos could sell its paper waste to an insulation company that would produce insulation from it. And this would actually be way more financially beneficial for Group Joos than selling their paper waste to a regular recycling company, which is what they were doing initially.
As such, our potential solution was born, a circular model. The financial benefits Group Joos would receive from selling this paper waste would go into a sustainability piggy bank, and these funds could then be used to implement sustainable investments in the company. This could be movement sensors to control the lights, or maybe eventually even redoing the roof so it's stable enough for solar panels.
Thank you, Jana and Caroline. Just a quick reminder, solutions don't always have to be technical. Not everything can be solved with an app. Improvements in policies or rules can have just as much impact. You're doing great at the creative problem-solving process. The ball is rolling, but it's not over yet. There are still some important parts to come, so stay tuned.